Okay, everybody. Now we are going to work on a guard position. I don't know if you guys know. Actually, pretty much you play around, all places, top position, bottom position. But I have to give that to you. That when I get to those spots over here, I've got some really good details that I'm hoping that I could help you out. Okay, that's things that have been working for me in competitions and stuff like that. And very often, I managed to pull those off. But the good thing about those is not that you're doing any crazy movements. It's just basic, one step after the other. Make sure you secure everything when you're doing it. So we pay attention very specifically on this small details, which is gonna make a huge difference. Okay, one of those things that I like to do a lot is the breaking posture. Okay, if you realize that when I'm playing the reversal situation now, I'm on the bottom, and I'm probably gonna be doing everything that I try to avoid if I would be on the top. So remember that he had a good posture here, and my aim is to be able to break the posture. So if I hit the arm, I know he's probably gonna come out with another hand over here on the top of the grip and try to set it up, his own grip on the top, like that. So I know that's probably gonna try to happen, or anything else like this. So I like to come over here, look, I hit it, and I come into him. So my legs, I sit up into him as my legs bring into me, so I can just help myself up. If I can get him to break the posture like that, I can keep the head down. And now it's all about how we're gonna work with the collar. So I can control the collar this way, and I know he will fight so hard over here, and I can just go hand on the collar. Okay, once I have this first hand on the collar, I really grab with the palms up, but I really bring my wrist inside of his neck, and that's a key point. Okay, if I just hold it, it doesn't feel threatened. But once I hold it and I drag my wrist inside, the pressure completely changes. And I know for a fact that he's not gonna like that, and he's gonna start to push me away with the hand like that because it's not very comfortable. So I will work together with the elbow, but I need to change my angle to be able to set up a choke. Okay, so control the elbow, and I'm really gonna put the foot on the floor or even on the hips. But on this case, it's hard to get on the hip because it's lagging away, unless if I do this. I don't want to open it up. So foot on the floor will be the best idea. So get foot on the ground, and I completely bring him down as I bring this leg up. So I really need to work this as a whole thing. So got the hand, he's trying to posture. I have it, look. I bring him down with both hands, the arm and the head. As soon as I get this spot, I bring my foot on the hip and I climb down. Remember that I'm always gonna keep him down, because if I stay here only, he's gonna posture up again. So I need to find a way to stay with him down. So one more time, look, bring it down, foot on the hip, and I will go over the top to stop him from going. You can even control the belt or anything on the top here, because he will try to posture up. So I'm gonna be able to, so I can slide, and it's always shows up over here a little bit of a seam there. It's a bit of a rest of gi. So when I'm here pulling, keeping it secure, clumping this leg over here and pinching my leg, I will slide in the direction of the head, and I grip my thumb inside and I grip. As soon as I grip, that's one of the keys. I will rotate my wrist across his neck. Can you see that? A lot of people tend to do this. Look, grip too far away and drop the elbow across the neck. Too much loose over here. So when I grip, that's why I get the neckline. When I grab, I will slide across over here, look, like I'm shaving off his ear and his chin and his jaw, and I pop in, see? So get over here, grip, look, slide against his face, look, bam, 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 bam. Once I get to this spot over here, I bring it even more to me, and I use my wrist to choke. It's a very common thing. He's thinking that what's choking him out is this left hand on the top, pressuring his neck. But most people don't realize that unless I grab, my wrist is right underneath his jaw, his neck point. See, I'm using this movement over here as much as I have the other hand. So if I'll be here, like if I open up just for you to realize how I do it, I would grip, I would rotate, and I'll look at my right hand. And that's the place that people usually don't see and can't feel it. So it's very important that you work that way. Okay, so importance of the grip over here is that when I bring the other arm over and I'm gonna bring across, people think that I'm actually crushing the face, and that's what makes him tap. But most people don't see that once I grab quite strong here, I'm pulling and using my bone over here, like my wrist bone, and drag it into this neck. By pulling the gi, and wrist go inside. And that's what makes him choke. So when I get the combination of this passing across, push it into it, and forces even more the pressure that I would put into my wrist. And don't try to open your elbows up like that, because more you turn, more you have to use your wrist to go in. So if my arm stays low here, it's easy for me to push in. But if I do this, it's hard for me to use the wrist all the way. It's too much curve for me to just push it across. But if I kept quite in a straight line, it's easy for me to just go push the wrist inside. Here. Okay guys, I'm here in the position, so I'm always thinking reverse now as I'm on the bottom. So one thing I need to do is to break that posture. So he has his arm kind of pushing me, and I know he has this as a primary hand. So whenever I do this, I know he's going to try to go back in. So I need really to, when I hit it, look, I go really close to him, look. So I can come and bring him down. I get the head. And now, I know he's going to fight, putting his hand into my chest and bring himself up, and it becomes a little hard, so I know what's going to happen. I keep the collar, see? And now he's going to try to push himself up, allow him to, but he's not all the way there, see? So my arm can reach, and I completely fit around his back. Okay, don't go too deep, because you get behind his neck. You want to get on the front of the neck over here. So that's the part you want to choke him out. So if my wrist will be the thing to choke, so I need to pull a little bit actually to the spot. So when I push, it gets exactly on his neck. So going back to this, so I'm pulling over here always, and he's gonna try to keep the posture. So I get the elbow and I snake as I bring him down to me with my arm. So his both arms bring him down. See? As I bring the foot on the hip and I clamp all together. So I squeeze my legs in, and not allowing him to progress the posture. So I keep this down, bring it down, so I can bring my hand on the top. I can begin with this first, keep him down, and I can slide. See? Now, push the cross. See, like I'm really shaving all off his ear, his jaw, and pop in. And now give it to me, and I use my wrist. And he's gonna tap.